Hey, what's up? So if I was to give this show out of 5, I would give this a 4 out of 5. It's really, 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 really good. I mean, when it comes to the writing, I would compare this to the first Castlevania anime that we still have on Netflix. In terms of writing, the depth in writing, same level. It's I loved it not because it's a Terminator franchise, but because of what they were able to do with the story. They were able to do something that I've not seen any other Terminator movie or show do. That is, they took what you already know, they introduced some new things, and they somehow blended them together to make them work. What am I talking about? We have Skynet 97 happening, right? According to Terminator 2. Because I think this follows much more with Terminator 2 than, any other Terminator movie. Terminator 1 and 2 are almost perfect. But now this show takes 1997, which is Judgment Day. And then during that particular period, that was happening in the States. So what was happening in Japan? So in terms of Japan, there was something else that was happening. And this is away from Arnold Schwarzenegger, this is away from the Sarah Connors. This just focuses on what was happening in Japan. So in Japan, there was another person, Malcolm Lee, who was trying to, trying to prevent Skynet from happening. So what does he do? He creates his own, he creates a different AI to counter Skynet, which is Kokoro. Now Kokoro, it's an AI, it's very interesting, and during that particular period, when Skynet is coming online, it's the same period Kokoro is coming online. And so you get this fantastic blend of Japan anime, Japan robots, and what we know as the Terminator, because we have the Terminator. We also have that concept of the people coming from the future to actually either protect or terminate someone. Let me just put it that way. So our main character has a family, and then you have the family drama with Malcolm Lee and another character called Misaki. Misaki is like a house help. I don't want to spoil it for people. So she has her own story, which also affects the overall story. And then you have this one individual who came to the future to either protect or destroy Malcolm. The Terminator is ruthless. Now, the Terminator who's in this movie is absolutely ruthless. I mean, we have callbacks to the movies that we've seen. We have the motorbike scene with the cop outfit from T2. Then we have a scene that is lifted from the first Terminator, and that's the police station scene. In the Terminator, it was brutal, it was cold, but it was not as bloody and as cold as what happens in this movie. I mean, he gets into a police station and takes out every single cop, and it's bloody. It's one of the most ruthless Terminators I've seen since the Molten guy. He's much more ruthless. He's also extremely smart with how he was able to adopt and just realign himself in relation to what was happening. That was pretty impressive. So the best way to advise you when you're going to this show, I would like you to consider the fact that the last 2 episodes, those are pure Terminator movies. In fact, if those 2 episodes were merged together, they would make the perfect companion piece for the first 2 movies, because it's a quintessential Terminator movie. There's a moment whereby you're sitting there and thinking to yourself, wait, is he for or against? Why is he doing this? This Terminator, was he sent to protect this boy or not? Or was he sent to actually take him out? Why is he doing this? Why has he suddenly changed his mind? There are moments, there are twists in this moment that are very familiar in terms of what the first 2 Terminator movies established. So, as I was saying, the last 2 episodes are perfect Terminator movies. Now, the other episode, from episode 1 to 6, I would like you to consider it as a setup for what happens in episode 7 and 8, because my goodness, there are some changes that happen, but as the show begins, it moves very slowly, and it needs to move very slowly because there are some things that it needs to establish before you get to those 2 final episodes, because those are just poof. Anyway, so just remember what I've said. Episode 1 to 6 setups, episode 7 and 8. I'm not saying that all these other episodes don't have good action set pieces. They do, and they're interesting, and the writing is interesting, but you will find yourself getting very, very annoyed by number 1. Some few characters making some very, very stupid mistakes, especially the kids. And then the character of Misaki, it will take time for you to get what she's about, and she will get off as that one annoying character who's always there and you're asking yourself, why is she here? Now, in terms of what I would consider to be negatives, as I said, characters making stupid decisions. Misaki as a character she's okay. She comes to life after episode 5. That's when she actually comes to life, when we learn things about her. But generally, if there was anything that I struggled with, it's the slow start with the kids, because you have to accommodate them and still accommodate what's happening. But once it kicks into gear, the show just goes. Second thing, there's an interesting mix of 2D and 3D, and the 3D, especially during the during the last episode, there's a moment that the 3D may pull you off because you're used to the anime, the 2D factor. And when this character is presented in 3D, you kind of feel like, yeah, it's kind of off. But generally, it's awesome. And the most impressive thing, apart from everything that I've said, one of the things that you will leave and will be stuck in your head is just how good and smart the writing is. Smart in every single way. I mean, the Terminator makes some decisions that I was absolutely impressed with. As in, it's able to switch. It's able to learn and switch in order to optimize the opportunities to actually execute his mission. So this is a good show. As I said, writing. Other smart things. There's a moment with the Terminator when now the skeleton is exposed and it's talking, and so you don't see the jaw move because it doesn't need to. Those things, those small details. There are a lot of small, really good details about this show that, if you love smart written shows, will work for you. So basically, that's it. If you've seen the show, what did you think about it? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think this is a return to form? Do you think we needed an animated show? Did this anime actually save Terminator? Is it worth it? Does it compare to what James Cameron was trying to do? Does it pay homage? Do you feel like it's fan service for the sake of fan service? That is if you've seen. If you've not seen, why? I mean, this is a great show. This is a really, really good show. Now, as I said, be a bit patient. Think of the first 6 episodes that set up. They have action, they have the thrills, they have the emotional moments. But, yeah, the payoff is very, very satisfying. So basically, that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. I shall see you on the next one. Adios.